If you mates have entered version 42, you've noticed all this new lore appearing everywhere you go. It is insane how much new lore is coming to the game, and we have to explain it within this video, at least all the information that we currently know of at this very moment, because there's so much to find out. Welcome mates on Bloodthirsty Lore by Yinkum Lordy and Tail. We're back on Paragon. I know some of you mates are triggered because you expect daily uploads. I know it's been 4 to 5 days from my last video. I feel a little bit guilty, but there's many reasons why, and one of the reasons why I came back today instead of doing it tomorrow is because I just honestly miss you mates, and I had to pretty much make this video so I'm able to talk to you guys and have a fun time while talking about Paragon and all this new information that we found out. So it's just a fun time overall, and obviously I had a lot of real stuff to focus about in real life and my studies, and I did take up a lot of my life at that moment, so I couldn't really upload. I didn't have any time. So hopefully you guys understand that, and let's jump into this video where we'll be discussing the new lore in version 42, pretty much the Paragon story, and getting a greater understanding of what is going on behind the scenes of this game, because there's so much information that we don't know of. Hopefully this starts to clear up the information, because we try to break up the new lore on the channel as much as possible, and this is just one massive lore fest. Yeah, I always said that, mate. Lore fest. But mates, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. And if you also want to become part of the Patreon family, you can do so. A link to that will be in the description below, where you'll be able to earn exclusive rewards, first looks at my builds, and be part of the Discord family, and so much more. So if you want to join in the fun, a link to that will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So majority of the lore can be found within the actual game itself in version 42. They're hidden in certain locations, especially within the loading screens between your draft phase and entering the game of that match. So it's really interesting to pick up those lore tidbits because they really are juicy information. Like the ones that I picked up today, we have 2 of them, and one of them does say this: parents scare their children with stories of the Melnick, if that's how you pronounce his name, but the truth is far worse. And now we know there's a character called the Melnick, and also this is represented on the cards within Paragon. There's like 5 cards that have the name Melnick in it and showcase that character or what that person is supposed to be, or that creature, we don't know. It's really interesting by just looking at it and connecting it to this lore tidbit. And there's a lot more here and there about this character, and also about all the other moons and the background information of Paragon. The next one that I discovered was this: Chimera is not the only member of his tribe to travel to Agora. Interesting. So who else is from Chimera's tribe that traveled here in disguise without using a beast or creature over its back or shoulders or head? We don't know what this character is supposed to be. Maybe the character's already in the game, we don't know. Could be a future hero that is also from Chimera's tribe that we see in the game. We just don't have enough information to say, oh yeah, that's that hero that connects to this part of the lore that's connected to Chimera's tribe. We just don't know at the moment. So after reading those 2 bits of lore, the curiosity levels are high as hell, mates. It's unbelievable, and I want to know because it's quite interesting to understand what is happening in the Paragon story. And that was only 2 bits, and we did find out some more information, and we're going to describe all that information. This is most likely nearly everything that's contained within version 42 in the lore side, and we're going to talk about them right now. The lore that we're going to jump into connects to the ASHURITES and the Melnick lore. Agora dominates the night sky of Ameda, Letha, and Zekken, and holds a prominent place in religions on all 3 moons, meaning that each moon has a certain religion connected to it. Understandable, kind of interesting, could play a massive role with the characters and why they look a certain way or play a certain way. Let's move on to the next one. That is, due to the ASHURITE force field, Agora still appears as it did shortly after the attack known as the Triumphant. Okay, so there's a war or attack known as the Triumphant, and the ASHURITES have a force field. This is getting really interesting. Could this be the war that Steel was a part of and Murray was a part of? That'd be so cool to see. But usually with the ASHURITES and the Melnick, most likely are very olden day type of things. They never really refer to them as something normal or in present time, unless someone's trying to learn how to do that. Like how Gideon has the clothing of an ASHURITE member. So that's really cool. Let's move on to the next one. The ASHUR conquered the Melnick, but in their own way, the Melnick changed the ASHUR. Ooh, this is interesting, mates. By changing one thing, they also gain something else on both sides. So that's a really cool idea to bring into these 2, I want to say religions? Because I feel like they're religions now. Or clans or civilizations. That's what it sounds like. And the next point is the exact same one that we mentioned before, so that doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next one. No one has seen a Melnick in centuries until very recently. So something must have went wrong, or something must have happened to summon a Melnick of some sort. Like, I want to know what the Melnicks do. What is their purpose? Because that is all the lore that was connected in version 42 towards the Melnick and the ASHURs. So it's kind of devastating, but let's keep moving on. Shangdi is a bustling port city and the cultural capital of Letha. Between 1122 and 1124 AT, there were more incidents involving large-scale damage at Shangdi Arcanium than ever before. If I start going through these quickly, it's because I have really nothing to connect to, and obviously they're just pretty much standalone information for now. Many come to Shangdi in a search for a better life. Some even find it. The Emperor of Shangdi is backed by 8 ancient powerful families. Yin claims to come from the 9th. So I'm guessing any family member that is a part of that ancient family list is usually a guardian of some sort, like how Yin is a guardian of Shangdi. So it's pretty cool how that is working out. There are 4 main continents on Letha: Jisoo, Erintha, Kilia, and Sovrik. I think that's how you pronounce them. I most likely butchered that, but let's keep moving on. In Gaia, a small village in western Jisoo, it is a customary for young men to embark on a familiar quest when they come of age. The Greystone family has ruled western Erinthia for centuries. In 851 AT, the Greystone family was almost wiped out. There are only 3 survivors. So we most likely know 2 of the survivors already, which are Greystone and Sparrow. There might be a 3rd member that we don't know of that could be a future hero, so that will be very interesting to see. Magic runs wilder and darker through Letha's south, and few venture to Sovrik for that reason. On Sovrik, Letha's southern eastern continent, there's a giant scorched crater called the Ashur Shadow. Legend has it that the Ashur Shadow is the source of all Letha's magic and was created when an Ashur fell from the sky. This is sounding so cool. It feels like Thor just striked his hammer as he pretty much goes through Asgard towards Midgard, and then he leaves that mark on the ground. That's the same idea I'm getting, but this is for everlasting because of obviously the Ashurs having such a great impact in the Paragon story. So this is sounding cool because they bring magic. Maybe this magic is affecting certain heroes, and that's why some of the heroes in the game have certain abilities that are very unique. Now let's move on to the Zekken lore. Most of Zekken's dominant life forms are flora, and the planet's creatures are always evolving at extraordinary rates. Zekken is known for pretty much being that crazy place within the Paragon story. Everything goes batshit crazy there, it's wild, and it's tough to live there. Obviously, there's some skins in game that do represent that factor, like with the Zekken Huntress skin for Sparrow, how she's got that torn clothing and she looks like she's pretty much in this caveman era. That's the idea. It's a tough life living there, and obviously there's no Omega City benefits of having all that electronics and that wild music life and all that. So it's pretty cool. Only the strongest, most tenacious fauna survives on Zekken. Pretty much the strongest animals will survive in that environment or area. The Amian Forest is the sprawling labyrinth of giant canopied trees and one of the most dangerous places on Zekken. Isn't this the same place where I think Faye or Morogesh came from? So if it is, that's pretty cool. I think it is. The Bathu is a hauntingly beautiful stretch of swampland full of half-submerged trees. Some call it the Drowned Forest. So this is where Faye and Morogesh's lore does come in. The Nogrid and Nimrod tribes, longtime enemies, are currently enjoying a rare period of peace. So these are 2 new tribes that we never heard about. Maybe this is one of Chimera's tribes. We don't know the name of Chimera's tribe, we just know that Chimera is part of a tribe, but we don't know which one, or maybe there's another one that we don't know of that is on the Zekken moon. And now let's move on to the Meta Moon lore. People living in a Meta City think that it's the center of the universe. It kind of does feel like that, but hey, let's see what keeps going on around this lore. The Chem Wastes are dotted with small, self-contained settlements. The biggest of these is called the Free Lands. Okay. Dr. Maximov was enraged when his 4 favorite subjects escaped from Tyrant Bioweapon Lab. Tyrant Industries employs more people in a Meta City than any other company. So Tyrant Industries is a massive company, how that seems to it, and it's maybe one of the biggest things in a Meta City. But it's not an attraction, so it's funny how that works. How it's undercover, but there's a lot of people working for it. And at the same time, 4 of those favorite subjects left. Obviously, FaZe is one of them. Howitzer was one of them. Then the latest one was Zinx, and most likely we're going to be able to get another one very soon that is also part of Dr. Maximov's lore as a new hero. Some extra lore information that was connected in the version 42 welcome screen, which the majority of you guys would have seen if you entered version 42, and that was growth leads to knowledge, which brings out about order, but order inevitably sinks into death, causing chaos. They sure seem interested in all this, but they really fixated on the final step, how chaos leads to growth, the new dawn they called it, at least if my translations are correct, otherwise I have no idea. Dr. Haru Decker. So that is all the additional lore information about version 42 that we found. Obviously, if you guys have any information that's connected to the lore that we did not discuss in this video, make sure to send me a tweet on Twitter. My Twitter will appear right now. It's at BTLLords. Pretty much send it there, and that will help me pretty much recognize that there's some lore that we haven't discussed, and then I'll be able to discuss that maybe in a future video, maybe a week or maybe a month from now, just to keep you guys up to date about all the lore and the story behind Paragon, because it's so much fun doing it, because it helps me understand and also gives you a chance for you guys to discuss in the comment section down below and see what parts of it that you did enjoy. As always, mates, make sure to leave your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. What part was the best lore information that you found within this video? Leave that in the description below, and also tell me your thoughts about the story and what you think is coming to Paragon in the future lore tidbits or story in the game in future updates, because obviously when new updates come out we get more information and it's just gonna be a lot of juicy times and very interesting stuff coming to Paragon. But tell me your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us by smashing that bloody like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. Mates, want to see more Paragon gaming content and gaming content in general on my channel, or content on my channel just by me. All you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. That is all this video. Oh, time to go, but don't you worry, back very soon. It's that's boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. For some reason, mates, I'll be a big fan if Paragon does like a cinematic universe of the Melnick versus the ASHURITES. That would be bloody amazing, and I would love to watch that, and I'll pay for front row tickets to watch that live at Epic Games HQ or anywhere, man. It would be insane to see that.